The Five Nights at Freddy's Ruin DLC just made the lore even more insane and confusing.
The DLC follows the aftermath of what happens at the Pizzaplex after Gregory destroys it with Burntrap still in it. In some of my shorts though, people are saying that the canon ending is the Princess Quest ending. To be honest, I have to do some more research about that because the only reference I've seen of Princess Quest is the sword in the game. Make sure to follow because I'll definitely be doing a video about that. We follow Cassie as she explores the pizzeria to find Gregory and rescue him since he's trapped there. As we're following Cassie, I can't help but wonder, who is Gregory to Cassie? Why her? Why not call the police or your parents? And how did he even get in contact with her? We know she has some ties to the Pizzaplex because she says this.
A fast wrench. It's just like my dad's.
We know that the fast wrenches are used by technicians, so we can assume Cassie's dad was a technician at the Pizzaplex. This might be why Cassie was chosen to go into the Pizzaplex. Maybe she's somehow a part of the Afton family. Her dad is used in the past tense, so maybe he passed away. There is a cutout of Gregory comforting Cassie, and Roxy does mention that Cassie had her birthday at the Pizzaplex, but none of her friends showed up. So maybe Gregory just so happened to be at the Pizzaplex and saw Cassie was sad and decided to comfort her, and that's how they became friends. When we first start the game, there are a bunch of newspapers that say that the Pizzaplex was destroyed because of an earthquake, when we know that couldn't be further from the truth. When the game starts, you can see that some time has passed, enough time for the company to put up signs saying that they've closed temporarily, and there's tons of graffiti everywhere showing that other people have gone inside. Have they also seen the animatronics come to life? Maybe other people have witnessed Vanny's wrath. An infobot gives Cassie a Vanny mask. This mask is extremely high tech and makes me wonder, what year does this game take place? The mask has the ability to see invisible things and walk through certain objects and create doors. It's like she's in a different plane. Maybe an AI plane, since wearing this mask too long can trigger the AI Vanny. I think this mask was given to Cassie so that Glitchtrap or the Mimic could take control of her mind, just like they did with Vanessa. There are times where she can't take the mask off. Also in Help Wanted, Vanny and Glitchtrap mentioned they're looking for a new person. We also see when Vanny puts on the mask, she becomes invisible to the animatronics, which could explain how she was able to get around them without being attacked, and how she found Gregory so easily. We learned that the computer can be used to mimic someone's voice. This instantly set off a red flag that was not Gregory talking.
That motherfucker back there is not real!
When Gregory asked Cassie to turn off all the security nodes, I knew this was going to set off something. But one thing I didn't understand was, if Cassie was needed to turn off the nodes, then why did the AI Vanny attack her? Is it actually a good thing? What was interesting is we always thought Roxy was evil, but when she realized it was Cassie, she apologized.
Give me back my eyes!
Ah! Let go! Let go!
Sorry.
Gregory tells Cassie she needs to deactivate Roxy as she's the final node. What made Roxy good? Because in the original she was evil. Maybe Gregory was never as good as we thought he was. Even in the original Security Breach, I loved Roxy having a redemption arc because she was one of my favorite characters. She had the most distinct personality out of all the animatronics. She was also the most sinister character, trying to get Gregory by manipulating his feelings.
I bet you don't even have friends.
But it seems like she was just projecting her own insecurities onto others.
Everybody still loves me, right?
She's so real for that, and that's honestly what I loved about her. She had flaws and was trying to compensate for them. She appears narcissistic with her comments, but she's really just trying to compensate for how insecure she really is. I feel so bad for Roxy in the DLC. She's faceless and has an endoskeleton that isn't hers. I really hope that they go into more detail about Cassie and Roxy's relationship. At the end of the game, we see that it was actually the Mimic pretending to be Gregory. When Cassie escapes to the elevator, the alleged real Gregory tells her that she's a risk of being tracked and has the elevator drop and crush her, and we're unsure what happens to Cassie. I say alleged because there's a screech noise while Gregory's talking, and after the screech his tone kind of switches up. I think that's when the Mimic takes over and tries to trick Cassie.
Now it's free. It's not your fault.
Although I'm still suspicious on Gregory's character, why did he choose now to speak up? Bro waited until all the nodes were done and Cassie was being chased by the Mimic to speak up. The timing is so coincidental, and that's what makes me think maybe Gregory was just never good to begin with, because that's not what a good friend does. AI has been taking over the world, and now it's taking over the game's Security Breach. Scott was ahead of his time by leaning into AI in his books. In the books, the Mimic was created by Edwin, who was a close parallel parallel to Henry from the FNAF games. Edwin makes an AI program for his son so that his son can stay busy and entertained while he's away at work. When the AI is installed, it starts to take control of the Pizzaplex. At the end, the AI takes its data way too seriously and starts ripping people's body parts off. I think in the games, the Mimic and Glitch Trap are the same thing. The Mimic is an AI that mimics its surroundings. He was made in the game Help Wanted by scanning in circuit boards from various animatronics. One of the animatronics being Burn Trap, who has the data of the psycho William Afton. It mimicked his behavior, creating Glitch Trap. It was then able to convince the game tester Vanessa, spreading his craziness. I think in the Ruin DLC, he lured Cassie by pretending to be Gregory to free himself and make Cassie the next Vanny, carrying on his psycho ways. In the Ruin DLC, if you disable all the wet floor caution bots, you can see Bonnie. What's weird are the bots are completely silent until you put the mask on, and you can hear the screams of children until you completely disable them. There's a room where it looks like a child was secretly staying there. There's a caution bot there, which is a weird spot for it to be, especially if it's a hidden room, as if the kid was trapped inside the robot. When we go to see Bonnie, he's surrounded by 4 wet floor bots that are still active. If you disable them, Bonnie shuts down. Also, if you go to his green room tunnel, the first thing you see are the wet floor bots. What does this mean? Did Bonnie slip and fall and not have life alert? Maybe the wet floor caution bots are the missing children Freddy was talking about, and Vanny found the children and stuffed them inside the wet floor caution bots. A lot of people think Monty had something to do with the demise of Bonnie. Bonnie was a part of the Pizzaplex until he was replaced with Monty. Freddy does say he misses Bonnie, kind of alluding that there's more to the story. Bonnie wasn't replaced, but he went missing. One night, Bonnie walked into Monty Golf and was never seen again. Vanessa was the one to report this, so maybe she plays a role in this too. Maybe she used Bonnie's parts to create Burn Trap and give his position to Monty. When we do see Bonnie, we can see that he has a huge gash on his chest, kind of similar to the ball shooters in Monty Golf. There is speculation Bonnie entered Monty Golf from the catwalks and fell. This would explain the similar gashes he has to Monty, who also fell from there. I wonder if they're gonna make more DLC or if the story will continue in the upcoming Help Wanted 2.
If you guys like 5 Nights at Freddy's, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because there's so much more lore that we gotta cover here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.